One of our topics this week is, should public schooling be redefined? When we talk about redefining public schooling, we're talking about the definition of public schooling as a school created, operated, and largely paid for by citizens of each community through a locally elected board of education. When we talk about redefining public education, public schooling, we're talking about expanding this definition to include different types of schools, different types of schooling, different types of oversight, funding, operational schemes. Some essential questions to keep in mind as we go through this presentation. What is public schooling? What does it mean to be public? What is public schooling? What is the purpose of public schooling? Who should receive public funding? Who should have control over public schooling? Now, as we talk about this, I'm going to be using the term school choice, and I use the word school choice because that is what the media is currently using when they talk about expanding the definition of public schooling to include different types of schools. And to help us think about what this might look like, I've listed some current publicly funded alternatives to local public schools that are being used across the country. One is out of district schooling. So instead of going to your local school district, you go to school in a different district. One might be vocational schools. I myself teach at a regional vocational school where students come in from 14 different communities. Could be exam schools like Boston Latin School, or magnet schools, or charter schools, which have been debated hotly in Massachusetts. Could be vouchers where public funds are used to pay private school tuition. Could be distance or internet education where there's little or no face-to-face schooling. Could be homeschooling. Could be scholarship tax credits, which are very popular, or educational savings accounts. I'd like to play this video for you by Education Week. It's a little bit dated, as you'll see as she starts talking, but it does explain these different types of schools and some of these different options.
Hi all, my name is Ariana Prothero and I cover school choice for Education Week. And I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about school choice, the different types of private school choice programs that are out there. All of this having to do and relating back to the fact that President-elect Donald Trump has picked a huge school choice supporter to be his education secretary in his administration. Her name is Betsy DeVos, and she's a billionaire from Michigan who has been a longtime philanthropic supporter and advocate for school choice. One of the things that Betsy DeVos will probably be asked to do as education secretary, should she be confirmed, is to try to implement a really ambitious school choice proposal Donald Trump made on the campaign trail. This was a proposal to spend $20 billion in federal funds on school choice for low-income kids. There are a lot of limitations to that idea beyond just the political. For instance, where would the money come from? Are there enough different types of schools out there to fuel such an expansive school choice program? While there's still a lot we don't know about that particular school choice proposal, we do know a lot about the current school choice programs that are out there. A lot of people are already familiar with charter schools and magnet schools, which are public schools of choice. People are maybe less familiar with the various types of private school choice programs. These are programs that use public money to help send students to private schools, including religious private schools. Perhaps the best known type of program is a voucher program. A school voucher is a program where the state basically gives a family a tuition voucher, and the family then spends that money at a private school of their choice. Again, this could be a religious school or it could not. Then there are other types of voucher-like programs that are similar to school vouchers, but have important differences. And this is where things start to get a little bit wonky. Among these programs are tax credit scholarships and education savings accounts. Under a tax credit scholarship program, the state will give a tax credit to a business or an individual who donates money to an approved scholarship program. That approved program then gives money to a family to spend on tuition at a private school. Then there are education savings accounts. This is the newest type of these programs. In an education savings account program, the state takes the money or a portion of the money that it would normally have sent to a school district for a particular child, and they put that money in a special account, an education savings account. Then the parent is allowed to take money out of that account and spend it on approved education expenses. So this could be to hire a private tutor, it could be for therapy, or again, for tuition at a private school. So there's a short primer on the different types of school choice programs out there, which we are sure to hear more of under a Trump administration. For Education Week, I'm Ariana Prothero.
Now, in Massachusetts, there are a number of public school options already in existence. You can go to your home school district. There is the Interdistrict School Choice Program. We also have charter schools, vocational technical education programs, METCO, which is a program for inner city Boston and Springfield students to go to suburban schools. We also have Commonwealth virtual schools and the Massachusetts Academy of Math and Science at WPI, which is a type of a magnet school.